Okay, round two. Yay, welcome. Welcome to Getting Turned On by Life, the journey to loving yourself. I am watching on Facebook. So if you have any questions throughout the whole journey, please ask any questions. I will be watching the comments and I'll be going back over the replay as well. This is an interactive masterclass. So I really want you to feel your energy into the space. And that is all about getting turned on, right? Being present in every moment. On the live, you can make me know that you can hear me okay because my microphone has been a bit echoey in the past. So just let me know sound is good. And how I like to start all these masterclasses is by getting into our body. Yeah. Stepping out of the mind, getting into the body, and how the best way to do that I enjoy doing, is by dancing. Yeah. So allow your body to move how the music wants to move you. That's the best thing about embodied movement, right? No one is watching you, right? It's just a screen, and I want you to really just breathe with it. And it's a slow and sensual song because I'm on a tail end of a cold. So I'm definitely feeling more slow and more heart opened and even a bit vulnerable at the moment. I can feel my heart is really raw. So the music is going to be slow and sensual. Usually I have like upbeat music. So doing it a little bit differently this time. So let's have a little boogie and allowing this music and the words to move you.
The light and love of divine healing floods into you now. Harmony and wholeness now becomes you. Restoring, recalibrating,
Beautiful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome into this space. Just take 3 deep breaths into your heart and exhale with a sigh. Again. And again. Just letting go of the day, allowing yourself to be here fully in this present moment, and allowing for whatever is to come to the surface during this transmission. If it is a trigger, stagnant emotion, just give yourself full permission to allow your fully expressed self to be here with us through time and space, who's watching live and on the replay, in this beautiful sisterhood where we all are here for each other and allowing our vulnerability to be witnessed. This is a safe space for all of you, for all parts of yourself. Beautiful. So today is a 90-minute transmission. I will be going into what exactly is stopping you from living a turned on life, which is not living your life that you actually desire, right? How to connect to the wisdom of your body and how to have more love, joy, and pleasure in your everyday. Turning those mundane moments into a pleasure, devotional practice, right? Because it's every moment in between that makes life. Every choice makes our life. So it's how we're feeling in every moment that we choose to bring into that moment, right? So we can make it a kicking and screaming challenge, or we can make it ease and play and joyful experience. The choice is always us, because our perception creates our reality. We'll finish with an activation at the end, so to ground everything that I speak into your body, and it's going to be an activation of connecting to your body and connecting into any wisdom that your body wants to share with you. So to begin with, who am I and why I have what I have to say you should even listen to, right? My story, a short version, right? I was like 7 out of 10 happy. So I was wearing the good girl mask. I was happy on the outside, numb on the inside. I didn't necessarily know that I was numb. I thought that this was just life. I had a good job. I had good friends. I went holidaying. I traveled the world. However, I was still living for the weekend. I was still partying on the weekend because that's where my community was. That's where I found happiness through dance. And I used to be drugs and alcohol every weekend. So that was kind of socially acceptable. Everyone drinking in my community, that was just the normal, right? A 7 out of 10 happy, but numb. I wasn't fulfilled. Something was missing. Even though I love my job, love my friends, it looked good, had money, had the flexibility to do what I wanted, but I was so disconnected to my body, disconnected to my soul, disconnected to my purpose, and I was existing. I wasn't living. My battery, my laptop. There you go. My heart closed off when my mum had a car accident when I was 9 years old and she became brain damaged. That was my first heartbreak, right? So when we go through a trauma, we tend to close ourselves off because we're not ready to feel that pain, right? Now, if I go for a trauma, I can allow the energy to move through my body, feel my emotions, and then the energy just transmutes. Because at that age, I didn't really understand. I numbed out, and that became my first barrier over my heart, and I closed myself off to love. I didn't understand this at the time, but yeah, 100% closed myself off to love, numbed out. And that's why I went down the path of drugs and alcohol, because that's how I could feel happiness. Yeah. And I was searching for love. I slept with many, many men on that journey because it gave me a sense of fulfillment, almost feeling whole, feeling loved. Yeah. For that minuscule second. um, and yeah, I mean, I was running the limiting beliefs that I'm not good enough, I'm unworthy. And I started my journey 6 years ago, my personal development journey around energy work and connecting to my soul. And what really opened me up was breath work because it allowed me to feel my emotions. And before that, I was doing personal development work. However, my ego mind was still running the show. My ego mind thought I had all the knowledge, but I wasn't embodying any of the practices. And so I was still closed off, right? And then breathwork allowed me to feel the pain, feel the grief, feel the rage, and then embody the practices of all the knowledge that I learned along the way. And yeah, I've spent about $90,000 now on my personal development journey and investing in facilitation trainings, retreats. I just came out of a soulmate union couples retreat, which was absolutely amazing. I've been in a sacred union for 7.5 years, and that has probably been my biggest healing out of all my modalities that I've learned and all the wisdom of the quantum healing, the womb facilitation, like all of the things, the Vipassana retreats, psychedelics, all of it, because a sacred union, you have your mirror. Like there's no hiding. Everything that shows up in your reality is just how you're feeling on the internal. So when you're working together in your sacred union, that's the biggest path to ascension. Not when I say ascension, I mean our growth, our expansion, right? Because we're not actually ascending, we're bringing heaven on earth in this now present reality. So yeah, I've done embodied I Ching, Taoism, Qigong, and quite a lot, ancestral healing over those years. And now it's just like bringing all that wisdom into teaching. And that's what I would love to do because there was nothing that had everything. And that's where my programs come in because I actually teach you how to live a life of the ceremony, how to live a turned on life. It's just not the mental body where you do your affirmations, where you do the neuro-linguistic reprogramming. It's not just the emotional body because otherwise you get stuck in the dense emotions. It's not just your energy body, which is your spiritual body. It's not just your physical body. Yeah, it's bringing all four of your bodies together, alchemizing, and having that expansion. No one on my journey taught all four, right? I had to go to different teachers to receive this wisdom, and then I channeled my own processes. Yeah. So I've created something that's what I wish was available. It would have saved a lot of time and it would have quantum leaped because, you know, when I went through the emotional journey and feeling your emotions, which is super important. However, because in the quantum everything exists, there is infinite realities, right? If you are looking for the shit, if you're looking for your stagnant emotions, if you're looking for the trauma within your body, knowing that we carry at least 16 generations of cellular memory within our body, right? From all our ancestors, think about all the trauma that they went through. If we're looking for the trauma, we're going to find trauma, right? And so you're going to get stuck in the lower realms where knowing the law of attraction, right? That we will actually magnetize circumstances in our current life that will give us the opportunity to feel the emotion, to release that stagnant energy for us to then alchemize and move on and learn the lesson, right? We don't have to go looking for it, but it's super important to know how to feel the emotion when it does arise because many of us don't know how to feel rage, for women especially, right? We have been closed off. Like, so our throat is connected to our yoni through our vagus nerve. And if we have been silenced for generations, been shut down, not being able to speak our truth, and So our throat is blocked for a lot of us, right? Not being able to speak our truth. And rage has so much shame on it, like the crazy bitch, right? So it needs to be, of course, felt in a healthy manner, because otherwise, if we project it onto our loved ones, that's not helpful for anyone, right? And so rage is such a beautiful emotion. I love teaching rage release. To feel the raw, to feel it, and then underneath rage, you've got fear, grief, shame, and guilt that can now be accessed. But first, you need to feel your rage. It's like the top of the container. I went on a little bit of a tangent there, but hopefully, whatever just channeled through was helpful for you. So, what is stopping you from living a turned on life, right? They are fears and they are limiting beliefs. How do you start to live a turned on life? You need to learn how to open your heart. You need to remove the barriers from the pain of the past, just like I was explaining about my first heartbreak. It was my mum. Maybe it was your relationship. Just think back on the time when you actually had your first heartbreak, right? Because that's when you have to go back, and it's inner child work, or it's going back to that first memory to give yourself that love and support and compassion that you didn't receive during that time, right? Because we are our biggest support network, because we're always connected to God, to divine source, and we can alchemize that old story and open up and choose to feel love. But you need to choose to feel the pain, right? The pain needs to move, and it's actually such a relief. You feel so much lighter when you crack open and you feel that grief, because it allows for more joy to channel through for you. There is trauma that needs to move through your body that is stuck and stagnant, and you need to feel that pain, but then just know that there is so much bliss, pleasure, joy, and love waiting for you on the other side. Literally, it's so beautiful. And you feel so much lighter and freer. All that heaviness that you have been carrying, it's time to just whoop, let it go. And how to live a turn on life, you need to connect to your body. A beautiful divine vessel. She carries so much wisdom. Like I said before, 16 generations of cellular memory is within your body. Yeah, your ancestors. They are so wise. Your body is unique for you, your exact DNA makeup, right? There is no one like you. So it's time to connect and co-create with her. Your womb space is a space where the unmanifested and the manifested unite. It's a portal. And when you learn to start co-creating with your womb space, that is when you get to birth your creations into this now reality, right? Our womb space isn't just for children, it's for all of our creations. Same with our Yoni. It's like allowing that life force energy. She is a receiver and a birth channel, right? So getting to know your body, and our breasts are an extension of our heart. So if you don't love on your beautiful breasts, then you're actually closing your hearts off. Look at your body language. How are you sitting? Are you always crossed off because you're closing your body off? Are you open shoulders? Are you proud of who you are? Just look at all these little pieces, and your body is always showing you where there is stagnant energy. Yeah, because if we have any disease or any physical ailment within the body, I always use Secret Language of Your Body by Ina Segal, because it always tells you um, the emotional definition. And again, take it with a grain of salt, because there is a huge paragraph. So take what resonates with you and actually take responsibility, because everything that shows up in your life is because of you. You are the creator. Your energy is magnetizing everything into your life. So take responsibility for how everything shows up. Absolutely everything. Because as soon as you start taking responsibility, that's when you can make changes, yeah? And isn't that a beautiful thing, right? When we take responsibility, we can be like, okay, I am the one that can create changes to then magnetize my ideal life. You might be wondering, like, why would I have magnetized that trauma? Or why did I bring that into my life, right? Because our soul has literally picked out all the challenges throughout your life for you to learn the lessons. And if you don't learn the lessons, then it's going to keep repeating itself until you learn the lesson. Yeah. So beautiful. And then also connecting to the power of your pussy, which I mentioned that before. Like pleasure is our birthright. How did you come into this world? Pleasure. Yeah. Through semen, ejaculation, and hopefully the woman had an orgasm as well. But pleasure is our birthright. Cool. So why should you choose to open your heart, right? Because you might be like, oh, it's too painful. Why would I even want to open my heart? When you open your heart, this is what becomes available to you. External validation does not exist because you feel whole and complete yourself. You love yourself, yeah? You follow your aliveness and you do what makes you happy because you're making choices out of love and not fear, yeah? Chaos can be going on around you and you can find inner peace, yeah? You can make choices from a space of love, not fear. That's the main thing, right? Because so many people will be like, I want to do that, but blah, 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 right? That's not following the aliveness. That's allowing the ego mind, the fear, to then make the choice, the decision. I'm just going to see if there's any comments. Ooh. Cool. Okay, no comments. If you have any questions, hey Yvette, lovely to see you. If you have any questions when I'm speaking, just let me know because I will go through the comments. Okay, and then why do you choose to connect to your body? It's because your body is so wise, yeah, and she holds like so much wisdom from your ancestors. When you connect to your bleed, your cycles, you can co-create with your monthly cycle and knowing your seasons, knowing when it's your winter, your spring, your autumn, your summer, knowing when your body is saying no and when your body is saying yes, listening to the contractions, listening to the expansions, because it's not just your soul, it's not just your mind, and it's not just your body, it's all of them coming together and working together, yeah? And so it's a co-creation. And your body, you can only go as far as your body feels safe, right? So it's about learning how to regulate your nervous system. When you're stepping outside your comfort zone, how can you feel comfortable within the discomfort? Using breathing techniques, letting your body know that she is safe, right? Allowing your body to settle into the new frequencies, into the new energy. Cool? All right, so when I'm talking about fears, we're talking about these emotions. We're working with anxiety, we're working with worry, panic, rushing, horror, despair, doubt, timid, being cautious, and untrusting. Cool? So these are all the ways that fear can arise in your current reality. And just let me know if any of those are currently in your reality, right? We need to have awareness of where you're currently at, because then you need to know, okay, that's how I'm going to alchemize it. Like today, I had a little bit of anxiety. It shows up in my stomach because I'm not at my 100% best. I'm a little bit sick. And I'm like, am I going to be able to show up in my best for these women in this masterclass? And I just sat with it and I was like, yeah, I'm not bedridden. I can, of course, show up. My channel is still open. And I just sat with the anxiety in my stomach, and you breathe into it and you just let it know it's okay. And I have so many techniques to alchemize those fears, but it's about leaning in instead of running away. So yeah, let me know if any of those fears are currently in your reality. When we are with fears, people will be right. So it's fight. So you're fists are up. You're ready to take action, and you're already on your defense mechanism, ready to fight. Flight, run away, get out of there. Freeze, your body tenses up. You go into numbness, and freeze is like the most common response for sexual abuse as well. Fawn means appeasing others. So avoiding conflict at all costs. This is the people pleaser. This is just agreeing with what anyone needs to say because you just don't want to make a scene. Yeah. So they're the trauma responses. Just like tuning into your trauma responses as well. Like take a second, what do you usually go to? Let me know in the comments if you feel okay to share as well what your go-to trauma response is, or maybe it's all of them depending on the situation. So when we take action based on fears, we are living in our ego mind. Yeah. Our ego mind has one job: to keep us alive. And how does it keep us alive? Inside the comfort zone. If we were a cabbage potato sitting on the couch all day, our ego mind would be like, job complete. Yes, she's alive. She's not doing anything. She's safe. Awesome. That's what our ego wants us to do, literally. So anytime that you step outside your comfort zone, the ego is like, don't do it. Don't do it. You don't know what's out there. You don't know what's the unknown. Change. I don't know what's happening to change. Like the ego mind has a frenzy and will try and keep you in your comfort zone. The ego mind will create all these excuses for you to stay where you are, right? So just know, when you make a decision, you have 5 seconds before the ego mind attaches itself and tries to change your mind. So know that, like, when you're connected to your soul and your channel comes through, it comes through straight away, right? Then your ego mind will try and change your mind. And it's not actually from heart space, it's from fear. So are you allowing your ego mind to run your life? And that is your fear-based decisions, yeah? If the answer is yes, ask yourself, what are you gaining from holding on to this fear? Because every choice that we ever make is because we're gaining something. You're either gaining safety or control or whatever it is you're gaining. Ask yourself that, because you need to have awareness and you need to know what games your mind is playing with you so you can overcome it next time, and so you can let yourself know that you are safe. You are safe. And trust in divine timing. Trust in God. Fear is untrusting. Fear is false evidence appearing real. It doesn't even exist. Yeah, you're making up a story of what if. Yeah, it's not a heart-centered decision because you're not following your aliveness. So right now, I want you to write down, you need your pen and your paper, write down all the fears that you currently have, because we need to have awareness before we can alchemize them. Yeah? So what fears do you currently have that is stopping you from living the life that you desire, stopping you from living a turned on life? There's stuff moving. Albert, anytime there is alchemization in the field. For example, you might have fear of failure. So the fear of failure will stop you from actually starting anything because you don't want to fail. Guess what? Failure is a part of life. Yeah? We need to try things to know what is for us. You just need to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. All the actors, like, they all say they've gone to how many auditions before they get their first leading role or whatnot? Myself, I've been in this journey for 6 years. Last year was the first year that my business was like sustainable, that created the life that I can live, living in Bali. And that took 3.5 years. Yeah. So, or 3 years, because that was my 4th year. So it's like you need to keep trying. And I've run like group programs that no one bought, and then successful ones, and then like one-to-ones. Like, it's about being okay with failure. Yeah, because it's not actually failure. Failure doesn't exist. Everything comes with lessons. So as soon as you rewrite your perception, then it's not scary anymore. Fear of rejection. You're going to get, like, from my role, people say no to me all the time. It's about not taking things personally, honoring people's sacred no's, right? Because not everyone is for you. Being okay with that. Being okay with that. Fear of responsibility, fear of pain. fear of being alone. Write down all your fears, yeah? You need to know what fears are currently running your life so then you can choose to start making decisions made out of love. I'll give you 1 minute and you can always come back to this because I have a lot to go through. Okay, let us know what fears are currently present in your reality. Yeah? Let me know in the comments. Because whatever your fear is, when you learn to come home to yourself, when you learn to come home to your body, to feel safe within your body and love all parts of yourself, which means the shadow aspects of yourself, you feel the truth, which is you are already whole and complete yourself. You are made up of love light. Yeah, that is the truth of who we are at your very center. So all of these layers aren't the truth. It isn't your true self. When you step into the unknown, you have trust. You don't have the fear of change or fear of unknown anymore. Yeah. You don't have social anxiety because when you meet new people, you're your fully expressed self and then you magnetize your people. Yeah. Alchemizing there. When you take on more responsibility, you allow more of your radiance to shine because you're stepping up. You're stepping up into more of a leadership role, right? You're allowing new pieces of yourself to land. Beautiful. Now, when we're going on this journey of growth and discovery, you're remembering your inner wisdom, you're remembering your gifts. And so you're going to constantly step outside your comfort zone and you're going to be met with those fears. And it's up to you to alchemize them and step into the growth zone. So it's like, how can I feel comfortable within the discomfort? Because you are going to feel discomfort. But it's like, how do I use all the tools that I've gathered along the way to land back in my body and just be comfortable with that feeling? Yeah. And choose to step up. Anyway, so I wonder if I can share my screen. It's okay, I'll just speak into it. So it's really important for you to help overcome your fears. You need to have a dream that is bigger than your fears, right? You need to have a goal, a desire that outweighs the fear, because otherwise you're just going to stay in your comfort zone and it's not desiring. Like, why would I go through that challenge when I'm just happy here? Because your dream needs to be bigger. You need to hold on to those desires. So you're inside your comfort zone. You decide to step outside. You hit the fear zone where you lack self-confidence because it's something new. You find excuses to go back into the comfort zone and you're affected by other people's opinions because it's a new space, right? Then you go into the learning zone where you deal with the challenges and problems. You acquire new skills and you extend your comfort zone because you've been there for a little while and now this is starting to feel more comfortable. Then it's the growth zone where you find your purpose, you live your dreams, you set new goals, and you conquer objectives. And then it comes around again, right? Because once you start this journey, you realize how fun it is to learn and grow because this world has so much wisdom, and getting to know yourself, getting to know the wisdom that you hold within, connecting to your higher self, connecting to your soul, it's beautiful. And so why wouldn't you want to learn more about yourself, right? So you keep stepping outside your comfort zone. The next thing that is limiting you is your limiting beliefs. Yeah. Our beliefs create both our internal and external environments. So whatever is happening on the inside projects out to your external reality. Yeah. This is scientifically proven by the split experiment, where they prove that whoever is watching, so the observer, changes the outcome. Yeah. So whatever you believe to be true is the truth. So wouldn't you want to believe expansive beliefs that it's going to help you reach your highest potential? If you have beliefs that you're not good enough, you're going to create realities where you are not good enough, because that is what you believe to be true. So we need to know what limiting beliefs you have so we can alchemize them, create new neurological pathways that help you reach your highest potential and affirm new beliefs. Yeah. So I'm going to give you another minute here to write down what limiting beliefs you currently have that is stopping you from living your turned on life. Like I'm unworthy, I'm not good enough, self-doubt, you need to be in control. Yeah, I'll let you channel what is true for you. Beautiful. Hey, Leash. Hey, Marie. Thanks for joining. And you can always watch the replay for the beginning. Beautiful. So now you know what limiting beliefs you have, right? You can now start to make, like, subconscious reprogramming is how you take aligned action to create a new belief. I go deep into subconscious reprogramming in all my programs. This is working with the mental body, all right? First, you need to have the awareness. Because if you believe that nothing is wrong or there is nothing stopping you, then there's nothing we can do, right? But as soon as you start taking responsibility and realize the limiting beliefs that you have, that is wired in your brain, and usually it's from when you're a child, right? That's from the ages of 0 to 7. That's when our conditioning is, we're like sponges. So that's when our conditioning is programmed into our brain. So we need to now alchemize that. And every time that you prove your belief to be true, so say, I'm not good enough, right? And you create an outcome in your life to prove to yourself again that you're not good enough, there is another layer that then needs to be alchemized. So it's not like a one-time thing. It's like a process of undoing the layers of all those times when you've proved yourself right, which isn't the truth, right? And there's emotions that need to be felt, because if you didn't feel your emotions when that limiting belief came about, then that's another layer. Cool. So how you can also change your beliefs is creating a new identity, having an identity shift, which is something I also go into with my programs. Like how, when you connect into the highest version of yourself, right? You see yourself, what she's looking like, what she's wearing, how she feels, right? When she walks into a room, like how is her emotions? How does she present herself? Because creating that new identity and knowing who you are becoming, right? On the unraveling and who you are at the core. Cool. So if you have any questions about subconscious reprogramming, just let me know, because I'm not going into it here because it's something that I teach in my programs. But again, like I said, awareness is number one. So well done for knowing where your limiting beliefs are And then, yeah, subconscious reprogramming is like affirmations. But first, you need to create a new pathway. Just doing affirmations isn't going to affirm a new identity because you're not going to fully believe it, right? Because you haven't taken action to do something for your new belief. So it's like first you need to get rid of the old beliefs and then plug into the new ones. Otherwise, you're going to be looking at yourself and saying, I love myself. And it doesn't feel true because you haven't actually fully connected to your higher self and heard your higher self say it. And maybe it's more like, I'm falling more and more in love with myself every day, right? Because if we create affirmations from our conscious minds, then it's not actually what our unconscious mind needs to hear. Our unconscious mind is where our limiting, all of our beliefs are, right? Are in the unconscious, which is 95%. And so it needs to be in a language that feels resonant and true for us. And how we get that language is by connecting to your higher self and receiving the downloads of what you need to hear to become the best version of yourself. I hope that makes sense. Any questions? Let me know. So, should we go to the questions? What's the time? Yeah, we've had time. Sorry, I just do muscle testing. And that's another way of connecting to your body, by the way, is by doing kinesiology of yes and no within your body. I'm going to say some questions, and I want these questions to just land within your being. I don't want you to write them down. I just want you to receive them and just see what comes through. So just close your eyes and just take a deep breath into your heart. And again. Okay. So what are you currently doing to show yourself that you love yourself? What are you currently doing to show yourself that you don't love yourself? Things you know lower your frequency, but you do it anyway. What are you currently doing to strengthen your relationship with your Yoni? And what are you currently doing to sabotage your relationship with your Yoni? When you look at your body in the mirror, what is your internal dialogue? And how connected are you with your body's cycles? Do you push through in the doing energy, or do you flow with your cycle? And just take a deep breath in, exhaling with a sigh. And you can open your eyes. So just allowing those questions to land. And a part of your home play after this transmission, you can journal deeper into them. Because again, awareness is number one. You need to know where you're at to know where you want to go, where you want to be. So, next, we're going to go into some self love practices. Yeah. So, this is the how to live a turned on life. Like I said, you need to open up your heart. When we open up our heart, we open up our sexual energy, we open up our pleasure center. Women, we first need to get turned on by love. We need to have our hearts open. And this actually is the same for in the bedroom. Like we need to have our hearts open before any penetration. So, how do we start with self love, loving on ourselves? Yeah. And there are so many self love practices. And I will only go through a couple today. So the first one is the most important, and that's a daily practice. That's a daily practice of showing up for yourself in your own space, your alone time. Every day for me, I have silent meditation. I do prayer. I've got my altar. I light some incense. I'll give an offering, and then I'll say a prayer. I'll do breath work, um, connecting into God, my higher self, grounding it into Gaia. So I'll have my practice that I'll do every day. And then, depending on how I'm feeling, I will use other practices, right? If I know my heart is heavy, I'll go into a grief relief. If I'm feeling hot headed and need a rage, I'll go into rage release. If I want to go out in nature, I'll go on an adventure, right? But those three practices that I said before is a must. They are something that I will make sure I do every day. That is showing that I am devoted to myself. I am devoted to loving myself, me before anyone. I am my number one priority. And then I can give from that heart space. Yeah. Subconscious reprogramming. I will do that most days. Yeah. Because it's again reprogramming my mind to reach my highest potential. It's a becoming of what I'm stepping into and also accepting where I am. A gratitude rant is really potent to raising your frequency and the appreciation. It's so funny. I was just in Perth recently, and in Bali, there is no patches of grass, like lawn, really nice lawn. And I went to the oval with my friends, and I was having a love affair with the grass. I was like rolling in the grass. I was loving on the grass, and I was like, you guys don't understand how beautiful this patch of grass is. Like, it's so soft. It's so like I love earth. And in Bali, I get to connect to the earth via sand in the ocean, but there's something about a really good patch of grass. Like here, we've got rice fields and like beautiful landscapes, but there's different terrain. So I was like just having this deep appreciation and gratitude for grass. And I do that for the sand that I walk on, like the volcanic sand, like it's healing me as I walk. So the ultimate goal is to have gratitude in every moment for all of your life, because that is like gratitude for your current reality, because you cannot manifest another reality until you accept where you are. Yeah. Because you're having that love and compassion for the journey. You're trusting in divine timing. You're trusting in the process. And you're just in that love and gratitude for what you currently have, which is really beautiful. How you can love on your beautiful divine vessel is the foods that you eat. Yeah. So, organic foods, you can fast. Intermediate fasting is really important. I always intermediate fast. I will do a water fast every 3 to 6 months. And then if it's not water fast every 3 months, then it'll be a juice fast. I just tried a dry fast recently, but dry fasting, you need years of water fasting experience first, because otherwise it can be detrimental. And so it's like, how can you love on your beautiful vessel? How can you cleanse her? Because if she's spending all of her energy digesting, she can't actually go into healing mode and going into any tears or, like after 72 hours of water fasting, your stem cells start regenerating. 24 hours of dry fasting, your stem cells start regenerating, and it will go to wherever your body needs healing most. You need to allow that time and space for your body to regenerate. And intermediate fasting also does that. It creates autography. I can't really pronounce it. Autography. Creates this thing that's really good for your body. So, yeah, I highly recommend doing some research if fasting is something that you want to do. Again, I include fasting in all of my programs because I know how beneficial it is. Food is also a suppressant. So anytime that you want to avoid feeling your emotions, you will go to eat food, right? So when you're not eating food, there's nowhere to hide. I just realized that it's getting dark. I'm going to put the light on. That's better. Beautiful. Dancing, that's like how we started today's practice. That is a self-love practice. It's getting into your body, out of the mind, into your body, and allowing the music to move you. And sometimes it will be slow and sensual, sometimes it'll be upbeat, depending on how you're feeling. You can allow the music to move you. And then sometimes it will be an emotional alchemy because it moves the stagnant energy that is stuck within your body, comes up to be felt. Yeah. Grounding in nature is beautiful self-love practice. Massages is a necessity, right? It's not a luxury. Like once a week, deep tissue massage, because they get in the pressure points and they can actually get to the stagnant energy. And again, it can be an emotional release. It's just releasing that stagnant energy when it's in that deep tissue pressure. So many people around longevity say massages are a necessity. It's not a luxury. Yeah. So, soul gazing with yourself, eye contact in the mirror, breathing with yourself, seeing yourself. Like I'll always have a psychedelic experience when I'm staring into my own eyes. Yeah. And it's shape shifting. Like it's just like being with yourself, and it might be emotional because you never have given yourself that time. You never see yourself, like truly see yourself and witness yourself and love on yourself. Yeah. And be a bystander of any comments that you might have because maybe there's negative thinking, and just be a witness and actually come back to heart space, come back to love. And that coincides with mirror play. You can literally look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I love you. I am so proud of you. I believe in you. Yeah. And give words of affirmation and really feel it in your being and breathe after you say every word and allowing it to land deeply. Yeah. Beautiful self love. Self pleasure, great way. Yeah. And that's also connecting with your yoni. And it doesn't necessarily have to be penetrative for the yoni. It can be like a breast massage. It can be tickling. It can just be like sensual, opening up because this is pleasure. This is giving yourself pleasure, right? And because maybe your yoni doesn't want to be touched. So it's about opening her in different ways and always asking for permission, but we will be going into that soon. Right, that's enough of self-love because I realize we've already been talking for an hour. So now we're going to go into yoni. Yeah, how to build a relationship with your pussy, with your yoni. So, and is there any questions? No, you're good. Right. With any relationship, it is communication, presence, safety, and time. Yeah. So you need to communicate with your yoni. You need to speak with her. How is she feeling? What does she want? What does she desire? How is she like feeling with you right now? Yeah, because there's probably some times where you've crossed her boundaries and she's probably upset with you, and there's a grieving process that needs to happen when you start listening to her. Yeah, listening to her, yes, listening to her, no. When she says yes, okay, expand. When she says no, okay, honor that, right? Get out of the mind, into the body. You're only saying no. And it might just be like a no, not yet. Like you just need to be more open before penetration. So just more heart opening, more breast massage, more body massage. Take the time and just like breathe with her. So it might just be like not yet. Yeah. So just listening to her. And that, like any relationship, it takes time to build that trust, right? So presence, you need to gift her your presence, that one-to-one time, and being with her, like seeing her, being with her, communicating with her, holding her, gazing with her. Safety, you need to create a safe space, yeah? And so especially for women, if you have gone through a sexual trauma and whatnot, you need to make sure that your boundaries are safe. So you might want to lock your door, and you might want to just eye contact of your doors to know that you are in a safe space so you can drop in deeper. You're not going to be disturbed. Yeah. And you need to build that trust. So ask her, show me your yes, show me your no, and tell her when you say yes or no, I will honor that. And we are going to create this new safety network between each other, right? You're going to build the trust. because it has been broken in the past. Speaking from experience, anytime you've been penetrated too early when she's not wet, when she's not open, that is sexual trauma. Doesn't necessarily have to be like rape or bigger sexual abuse that we usually think of when we say sexual abuse. Penetration too early is a form of sexual abuse, yeah? Because she's tense, she's closed, she's tight. We need to open her up like a beautiful flower. And then time, consistency is key. One time pussy gazing with her isn't going to cut it. Yeah. One time asking her isn't going to cut it. You're going to ask permission for everything with her. She is her own like energy. She really is. So she's your best friend. Yeah. She's your pleasure center. She's your life force energy. She's your birther. She's your receiver. She is so much, right? When we start co-creating with her, with the life force, this is how we live it turned on life. Yeah. Because we're feeling her. We're feeling her energy. We're pulsating with her. And so, yeah, time. That's enough of that. Because now we're going to go into pussy practices. This is how you can open up and build your relationship with her. Yeah. Like I said, most of us, if not all of us, have gone through a sexual trauma. I personally have been raped myself. And if you personally haven't had a sexual trauma in this lifetime, then your parents, your grandparents, like up to 16 generations back, is in your cellular memory. Yeah. So it's within your body and it's up to you to release that trauma. Yeah. And so knowing that to get to pleasure, there is a time and a space where you need to release that trauma first. There's going to be a grieving process. There's going to be a rage process. Like I have gone through so much rage. I've gone through so much grief and heart opening. Now I'm in the pleasure, you know? So to live that turned on life, know that there's an unfolding and an opening for you to get there, right? It's a journey. So you need to be devoted to that journey and devoted to allowing whatever comes to the surface to be felt. Otherwise, you're just closing her back up and you're suppressing your emotions. And that's not the point of any of this. So, how do we alchemize the trauma and how do we feel more pleasure? Yoni egg practices. Yeah. I teach Yoni egg practices in all my programs because Yoni eggs, they are like, oh, they're so powerful. They're so potent. I use tachyon Yoni egg. They're like the next level up from like crystal eggs. And they are alchemizing just by being in your womb space without you having to do anything. So sometimes I will breathe with her and I'll do a practice, or sometimes I'll just put it up there and allow it to do its own work. Yeah, just go about my day and allow it to do its own work. So that's amazing. Yoni steaming, again, I include it in all my programs because Yoni steaming is such a sacred practice. Like they used to do it in all the tribes, and it allows your bleed to go smoothly, right? This is your preparation for your bleed. It will help release any stagnant energy from your womb. Well, how it happens is the herbs, right? The herbs, you're steaming it for 20 minutes and then you go into the bowl and the water gets a bit of all the healing properties from the herbs. It goes up the vaginal canal and permeates into your bloodstream, goes up into your womb space. Just by doing the steam isn't enough, right? A lot of people are going to do steams and they're just doing a steam. You need to do a meditation. You need to do breath work and you need to do an alchemization, right? Like I take all my clients through a guided meditation where we clear out the womb space. We'll do breath work. We'll do PC squeezing. You're actually connecting with your yoni and you're communicating with her, allowing whatever comes to the surface, and then planting new seeds of intention in your womb space. That's how you co-create. You don't just sit on a bowl and hope for the best. There's a process there. You have to be present, right? Singing is a great practice to connect to your yoni. Like I said, your throat is connected to your yoni through the vagus nerve. Your sounding allows her to open. So singing a song, toning, your omming, your ahhing, your any sounds, right? And it might have cobwebs to begin with because you might not ever sing. So allowing whatever sound comes out is really beautiful practice because it's your unique soul song and that is really potent. for accessing your sexual energy. Beautiful. Just checking the comments. Rage release, like I said before, super needed, super potent. Yoni sunning. Yeah. So literally allowing the sun going to your darkest place and breathing in that light into your yoni, squeezing your PC muscles. I love doing this. Only do it for 10 minutes. You don't want to burn your yoni. Ouch. And just being with her. Yeah. Yoni sunning is amazing. I have heaps more practices, but looking at the time, I'm just going to continue on because I do want to cover a few more things before the activation. I will just touch on this, how to honor your bleed. Yeah. This is honoring your cycle. If you get your bleed right, then you'll get your whole cycle right. Yeah. So days 1 to 3, like your lower motivation, lower energy, you need rest, you need stillness, you need to listen to your intuition. This is a great time to practice saying no and do not overcommit. Like as a people pleaser, you'll say yes to everything. So devote to saying no, devote to having me time. And this is your time to recharge. This is your dream phase. This is your winter phase. Yeah. So when you're in that phase, your progesterone production drops, which triggers the shedding of your uterine lining. Yeah. Your estrogen is also dropping. Your hormones are at the lowest. So this is like time to go introverted, not being social. Yeah. So what you can do in your womb cocoon, usually I'll have like day 1 to 3 days off, especially just day 1. Like day 1, definitely. My bleed goes for about 5 days. And so day 1 is like, I will always make sure I yoni steam prior to my bleed, right? And I will, depending, like I'll always give my blood back to the earth. Yeah, because that is an offering. That is also from your space to our earth mother. Like our bleed holds stem cells. It could have created a baby. Like it is super potent and nurturing and nutritious, right? For our earth. So if you have plants, give it to your plants. If you want to give it back to our earth mother, do that. Allowing for any emotional release, right? So like during this time, you don't have space for things that you might have had space for throughout the other month, right? This is time for you. This is alone time. Yeah. So you could anoint yourself with your blood on your third eye or any of your chakras. You could paint with your blood. Like you can paint a yoni and like add some blood to it and getting creative, right? Journal your visions because this is a dream phase. So journaling whatever is coming through. Do not take action during this phase. This phase is an inward, this phase is of creation. So you can journal what you're wanting to do, but you want to wait for your spring time to take action. Yeah. You can go to a red tent event if there's any around in your area. Because usually most women, well, it's usually new moon or full moon that you are bleeding, and like listen to nice high frequency music, sound healing, which is 432 hertz or 528 hertz, and just listening to your womb. You can make love of your beloved. I love making love on day 3, right? Because my first 2 days is like definitely a purge and a letting go and not welcoming in those energies. When you're making love, if you're making love on your bleed, you need to make sure that you are on top because it is a downward energy, right? You are still shedding, you're letting go. And so you need to make sure that you are on top to allow that flow and energy. That's all I will speak about at the moment. Cool. Do we have any questions before I continue? Hey, Sarah. Thanks for joining. Any questions? Give you 1 second. We go into the activation. I do want to point out the 7 pillars that we journey together if you want to come on the journey of working with me. Yeah. So I have 2 options to work with me. I have Devotion, which is a 4-month group program yeah, online. And then I have Beneath the Veil, which is a 6-month one-to-one program. So obviously with the one-to-one, you get me in your back pocket and it's more included. However, the pillars are the same. So we'll always journey with living in your heart space, like how to live in your heart space and how to choose love. Yeah. Like I said before, of all the benefits of opening up your heart, because when you love yourself, there's nothing to prove, nothing to fix, and nothing to hide. Yeah. You're making decisions based out of love, not fear. We focus on connecting to the wisdom of your body so you can live life at the fullest at your optimum levels. You can listen to your sacred yeses, to your sacred no's, and how to communicate your truth. Because a lot of women, you have a fear of speaking your truth. And I was a people pleaser. Like, I'm always speaking from experience here. I was a good girl, people pleaser, didn't speak my truth. And so I allow that space for you to become that version of self where you speak your truth, you stand in your power, and you empower yourself. Yeah. To flow with your body cycles and not push through, to listen to the wisdom of your body, how to feel safe within your body. Because, like I said before, you can only magnetize in what feels safe within your body. And it's all about how to calm your nervous system. Now, and that's the same with money, right? Because sex, love, and money are all the same frequency, become the embodiment of one, and then the rest of the doors open. So when you choose to love yourself, when you are open to receiving pleasure, and then abundance is just going to come, like it just happens. And that's why some people go on the journey of making money first, and then they're unfulfilled, and then they choose to love themselves, and then they'll do pleasure. Or other people go on different journeys, like choosing pleasure first, and then maybe it's love, and then it's money. So know that they're all the same frequency. And when you choose to love yourself, like abundance is going to come because it's the same frequency. And so when money comes, you need to regulate your nervous system so high amounts of money feel safe within your body. Otherwise, it's going to come and go because it feels safer for it not to be there in your body, right? So it's all about that. And I do money activation within my programs as well. Um, Connecting to your heart's desires. Now, this is a key pillar because you need to know what you desire to be able to magnetize it into your reality. Yeah. And it's about connecting to your higher self, to connect to your inner wisdom, to listen to those inner wisdom whispers, because you need to have those practices of alone time and how to connect in with your higher self and your soul to then receive the downloads. Yeah. Because if the chitter chatter is too loud, if your outside world is too loud, then you're not actually going to receive the inner whispers and the signs that our soul and God and all of it is gifting you. Yeah. And you can start doing what you want instead of what is expected of you, because you're starting to empower yourself and you're starting to ask yourself, what is it that I desire? Because as a people pleaser, you're so focused on pleasing everyone else that you actually don't tune into your heart. You actually don't tune into what it is that you want, right? So when you give yourself that space and that time to picture your ideal reality, and then, of course, letting go of all attachments, because trusting in divine timing, trusting in the process, but you need to see a visualization of what it is that you are desiring, right? What it is that you're wanting to step into. Cool. And then we go into embodying emotional intelligence, right? Like I said before, rage release, feeling your grief, alchemizing fear and shame in the quantum, creating new timelines that reach your highest potential without those limiting emotions present in your body, right? And then knowing how to feel your emotions as they arise. So when your body feels heavy, knowing that there's a denseness that needs to be transmuted and allowing that space for you to go into your space and feel that rage, feel that grief, alchemize that shame, right? Because that comes from the wisdom of your body. That comes from knowing when your body is contracting or expanding, feeling heavy or light, and what part of your body, right? Because depending on what part of your body feeling stuck and heavy depends on the emotional release that is attached to it. And also knowing how to respond, not react. So when we're triggered, right, that is an activation. You're like, thank you so much for activating this emotion, which was already inside of me. I'm going to go now feel that emotion, right? Otherwise, you're going to project onto them and you're going to be like, it's your fault, blame game, blame game, which is not taking responsibility for anything. If anyone triggers you, you should thank them because that emotion was already within you, and without them, you couldn't have accessed it. Yeah. Super important. And then feeling it in a healthy manner. We connect with your pussy, right? How to build a relationship with your pussy. And when you build a relationship with your pussy, you are opening up to pleasure within every cell of your being. You get turned on by life, which is why we are here. We're magnetizing your desires from a grounded, embodied space, right? Because we manifest with her. We co-create with her. We plant new seeds of intention within our womb space, and we're bringing in that pleasure into our desires, and that's how we manifest with our body as well. We're co-creating with that life force energy. We're co-creating with your eros, your divine feminine essence, and you're opening up to more prosperity. Like I said before, when we're connecting to our sexual energy, you're actually opening up to the abundance frequency of money and prosperity. We'll also alchemize sexual trauma and pain. Like I said, there is an unbecoming. There is trauma and pain that needs to be released to feel the core of the pleasure. Yeah. We will remember the potency of who you are. You are unique, and your unique soul expression wants to shine through. Yeah. You have gifts that need to be shared with the world. Yeah. And so by taking you through these practices, by connecting you with your higher self, you receive the downloads. You feel so empowered because you are an oracle. Yeah. Your feminine essence is beautiful, and you are an oracle. It's about trusting your intuition, getting out of your own way, alchemizing fear, and just stepping into it anyway. Yeah. Because that's when you trust yourself fully. Connecting to your purpose, your passion, and your aliveness, because you're making action steps based on what you love, not what you fear. And even when fear arises, you're choosing to alchemize it because this is what excites you, because you know you're here for a bigger purpose. And most of you will probably be entrepreneurs. Most of you will probably want your own business or already have your own business, right? Because I'm here to help people help other people because they're here for a bigger person, for a mission. Yeah. And connecting with your higher self is one of the most important things, because you need to listen to your inner guidance and not listen to the outside world, right? Because everyone has their own opinions. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. However, it's up to you to trust yourself and listen to the guidance that comes through, and know that you're always supported from a greater power, right? Your higher self, your soul, God. You are never alone, and you are always divinely supported and guided. Yeah. And trust that the challenges that come your way come with the biggest lessons and growth. Because I am here to help you overcome challenges with more ease and play. It's all about getting all the tools in your basket. So when you're hit with challenges, you've got the tools and you can alchemize it. And then it's bam, not even a big thing. You're like, yeah, I've learned the lesson, moving on, hurrah. Any questions on that? Bam, 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 bam. Absolutely. Yay. And welcome to the others joining. We've got Courtney and Danita. And thanks, Leash, for commenting as well. I appreciate you adding to the fire, adding your energy into this space. Yay. So before we go into the activation, I just want to speak into some fears that may arise when you want to go all in on yourself. Yeah, because the biggest thing is time and money. Yeah, if you've ever said, I don't have the money or I don't have the time, yeah, this is a common excuse of a fear for people not wanting or willing to invest in themselves. They're wanting to go all in, and their heart is saying, yes, and I want to be here. But then the excuses, remember, in the fear zone come. The ego mind attaches itself and all the fears come. So these are the two things that are usually stopping you from saying yes. And the truth is, it actually comes from the limiting belief that I'm not good enough or I'm unworthy, because it's stopping you from, like, I'm not worth this investment. I'm not worth this time. I don't have the time for myself, right? And it's stepping out of the self-love and actually not devoting to yourself. So what you can do, if this is you, right, look at your bank statement and look at where you're currently spending your money, right? Because this is what you truly value. Besides the cost of living, look at where your money goes, because this is what you truly value. And if you want to become the best version of yourself, you need to start making changes of where your money is invested in. So if it goes to meals out, beauty treatments, holidays, clothes, nights out, holiday, alcohol, smokes, hotels, like, just look at your bank statement, look at where the money is going, because this is all external validation. This is a quick fix of feel good. And if you really want to feel good within and you really want to choose to love yourself, right, then you need to validate yourself internally. And enough will never be enough if you're always looking externally for outside validation. Yeah. True happiness is always within. And yes, you will need to make time for yourself. But guess what? You are worth your time. You are worthy of your own time. You are worthy of an expansion. You are worthy of your own love. And you need to give yourself love if you are desiring to receive love, because no one can love someone that doesn't love themselves, because they aren't ready to receive it, right? And sometimes you need to make sacrifices towards what you desire. Otherwise, what you desire becomes a sacrifice. Like last year, moved to Bali and my business boomed. And last year, it was really hard in regards to community because I had no friends for the first time in my life. And I realized it was a sacrifice because I was going all in on my business and it was on all in energy. And I changed and I expanded so much, and I'm so devoted for that. And now I have the space and the foundations for community, and I have friends now here in Bali. But it was a season of my life where I devoted to one thing and now I have space for another, right? So sometimes you need to look at where you can make sacrifices. Okay, I'm not going to spend $100 a week on beauty treatments, or I'm not going to spend $100 on alcohol or smokes because I know it's not healthy for me. And I'm going to choose to love myself, and I'm going to choose to invest that in my personal growth. Yeah. And you will need to find 2 hours a week to journey with me, right? Because it requires devotion, it requires embodiment practices. There's a 2 hour session a week, and then you'll need to make time in your life to embody the practices, because showing up on the session isn't enough. It's how you show up in your everyday life. And I teach all this. I teach all morning practices, evening rituals, and how to implement them in your current life, especially for the mums, right? Most of my clients are mums. So it's about finding those pockets of time to create a life of a ceremony and incorporating your children when you can. Yeah. So if you have any questions on that, let me know. But it's time to devote to yourself, beautiful women. Cool. And because after the activation, I'm going to let you guys go, I do want to let you know that I am giving 6 women the opportunity of a part scholarship. Yeah. So I'm giving $1,000 for 2 women that want to come on the journey for 6 months with me, which is one-to-one mentorship. And I'm giving 4 women $650 part scholarship for the group program Devotion, which is starting in April. And so I will have a link later on. For the first women to claim it is first in, best dressed. That's the saying, right? First in, first served. So I'll have a link for that. For whoever claims it first, that's yours. That will come off the total of the scholarship. I'm also going to post the home play that we've discussed along this masterclass as well. Because like I said, today was all about knowledge. Now it's up to you to embody embody the practices and turn it into wisdom. Yeah. So I will give you home play to embody that. All right. Now, let's go into the activation, darling. We're going to do a body connection activation. And it's going to incorporate breath work, and it's going to start with soma breath, which is in through the nose for 4, which is rhythmic breathing, and out through the mouth for 4. And then we're going to go into mouth breathing, in and out, finding your own rhythm. So I'm going to show you. You need to make sure that you're breathing through your belly. Yeah. So you can place one hand on your heart, one like on your chest, one hand on your belly, and just take a deep breath in with me. And make sure that your belly has risen first. Yeah. So when we're doing nasal breathing, it's going to be rhythmic breathing. So in for 4, out for 4. And then when I say we're going to change to mouth breathing, and you're going to find your own rhythm. Yeah. If you're sitting up, then I would suggest lying down for this practice. But if you're sitting up, you might want to spiral your spine. So you're expanding on the inhale and contracting on the exhale. Or it's forward and back. Expanding, contracting on the exhale. Cool? Or you can just be lying down with no pillow because you want to have a straight spine. Okay? And after breathing for probably about 10 minutes, it's probably going to be about a 15-minute activation. We're gone over time. Apologies for that. After breathing for about 10 minutes, I'm going to guide you to release all your air. So you're going to release, and then you're going to exhale all your air. You're going to lower your chin to your chest, and you're going to hold. If you're lying down, you don't have to lower your chin to your chest. You're just going to lie down with no breath, air. In this space, yeah, you'll feel tingling. You're in your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest. It's your stillness, receiving any messages, right? Just be with yourself. And then if you need to breathe, you can take a booster breath. Inhale, exhale again. And then I'll guide you all to take a deep breath in. You're going to hold it in your heart. You're going to feel that heart expansion, and then you're going to exhale. I am going to guide it all. So no worries if that went in one ear, out the other. Just remember, if you're sitting up, yeah, you're going to put your chin to your chest, which I'll guide. If you're lying down, make sure no pillow. We want to make sure that your spine is straight. Cool. Any questions before we begin? You can get all comfortable. And I do want to know, people watching the live, if you can hear my voice over music. Let me see. Okay, the music is playing. Can you hear my voice okay over music, or is my voice cutting in and out? Because if it's cutting in and out, I'm not going to have any music. So let me know. Cool. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Sounds good. Sounds okay. Just okay. Good. Okay. Get comfortable. We're going to continue with the activation. Okay, so closing down your eyes. And just start by taking a deep breath in and exhaling the sound out your mouth in through the nose. Just grounding in this space, allowing your body to relax, being in this present moment, connecting to the beat of your heart. That's it. As a golden beam, our beams down you, engulfing your entire body. You feel your body rise and lift up higher. As you rise up, you connect in with your higher self. That's it. Higher and higher now. You have this inner sense, this inner knowing that this beam of light is taking you directly to your soul star. That's it. You have your very own star. So as you continue rising higher and higher, up above the earth, higher and higher now, up into the galaxy, higher and higher, you see your star, your very own soul star. That's it. You're floating towards your star now. You see its bright, shining color, its radiance, its aliveness, its beauty. It feels like home. That's it. Connecting to your soul star now. You are a multi-dimensional being. You are living in infinite timelines, infinite beings, different journeys. And your soul decided to have a you. Your body, your life, your experience. It chose to come down to earth, to have a human experience, to learn the lessons, to give its wisdom and share its gifts, to be unique and to have a singular experience on this planet Earth. Your soul chose your parents, your birth mom and dad. Your soul chose your lineage, your ancestors, your DNA, because it is the exact cell makeup that your journey needs for your ultimate human experience, for your life journey. Your soul shows you your mom and your dad in the womb, when you were in the womb, and go back there now, back to conception, where you were creating your beautiful body, where all the cells and the genetic makeup come together. The beautiful co-creation of your mom and dad, and all the ancestral lineage from all the lands that they reside. You are choosing your traits, you are choosing your attributes, you are choosing the wisdom of yourselves. As you create your body, you are co-creating with the womb space of your Earth Mother. You are in the portal of the space where the manifested and the unmanifested unite. Your soul and your body are co-creating in this womb space. Your beautiful divine vessel that you get to call home in this lifetime. You feel the power of every cell. They are generating your body. They are creating your organs. They are creating your life force and energy. Just tuning into every part of your body now. The twinkle in your toes that allows you to walk and stand with your legs. Your Yoni as the choice of being here in a female body. Your womb space, your creational space, your chest that will grow into beautiful breaths, your shoulders and your arms, your hands, your face, your unique facial features. No one has a face like you. No one has your eyes. Your eyes are a gateway to your soul star. Taking 3 deep breaths into this space now, in through the nose. From this space, you're going to start nasal breathing. In through the nose for 4, out through the mouth for 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Keep that rhythmic breathing while connecting to your body in the womb space of your Earth Mother. Connecting to its ancient wisdom. Connecting to the life force energy of this beautiful being, this organism. It heals, it regenerates without you having to do anything. Connect to this power and this wisdom of this body. And as you breathe, feel the wisdom land deeper as you're creating a space for you to receive, for you to listen, for you to let go of any judgments you may have placed upon yourself, and connect into the beauty of your body. It is wise beyond our knowing. You're doing so well. Continue breathing now. We're going to take 11 more breaths and we're going to change to circular breathing in through the mouth, out through the mouth on 3, 2, 1. Energy in. Finding your own rhythm, in through the mouth, out through the mouth. Keep breathing. You're doing so well. clearing and cleansing of any negative imprints you may have collected, and just connecting to the wisdom, connecting to the wisdom of your body and your ancestral lineage. You're doing so well. Staying connected to your breath, allowing the tingling to ripple throughout your body, knowing that you are safe. Keep telling yourself you are safe, feeling connected to your heart space with every breath. How much more love can you invite into your being? Feeling that heart expansion, breathing in light, exhaling love, because you are made up of love and light. That is all there is to breathe, love and light. Last breath here. Exhale all your air, sis it out, and hold. If you are sitting up, lowering your chin to your chest. If you are laying down, just keep that straight spine and surrender into the stillness. Holding your breath for as long as you can. If you need a booster breath, inhale and exhale again. Deep breath in all together, holding it in your heart, in through the nose. Feel that heart expand with this breath. Notice how much more lighter you feel within your beautiful vessel. Feeling that connection to your infant self within the womb space. Co-creating with your soul. Knowing that you chose this body, your exact DNA makeup, for a reason. You are unique and you have specific gifts to share with the world. And on 3, 2, 1, exhaling your air. Returning to regular state breathing. And from this space, connected to the womb space of your earth mother and connected to your body, knowing that you chose your beautiful body. Just asking your body if it has any messages from you and receiving with an open heart. You are safe to be all that you are. Feeling connected to your unique soul expression in this human experience, receiving the downloads from your body. Thanking your body for its wisdom and going on the journey with you, your soul. As you leave the womb space and get catapulted back to your soul star now, that's it. You're back at your soul star and you are looking down at your life from conception in your womb space of your earth mother, the journey of life to who you are now. Just witness how your body changes, its shape changes, how it heals itself when you hurt yourself. When your body expands and contracts, when you're happy or when you're sad. Notice your posture throughout your journey. Notice how it has always held you throughout your entire journey, it has always created a safe space for you to call home, because you are a soul having a human experience within this body. It is your home for this lifetime. It is time to co-create with the wisdom and to treat it with the beauty and the magnificence that it is. It is wise beyond our understanding. But it is time to devote to getting to know your beautiful body at a deeper level and co-creating with her. You chose this human experience. You chose this life. And it is a beautiful life if you allow it to be. You thank your soul for the experience of going back in time today. And you feel your soul float back down through the galaxy, back down with your higher self, connecting back to the earth. And you land on a beautiful patch of grass, grounding all those wisdoms and this learnings into this now present reality, landing back in your body, landing into the wisdom of your beautiful divine vessel. But before you open your eyes, we're going to take 11 breaths to ground yourself into your vessel, into your body, connecting with your soul. We're going to breathe in through your mouth, out through your mouth. On 3, 2, 1, energy in. Keep breathing, finding your own rhythm, expanding on the inhale, contracting on the exhale. Keep breathing. You're doing so well now. 2 more breaths here. Last one. Exhale all your air. Sis it out. Hold. And take a deep breath in, holding it in your heart. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your womb. Hold that space. We're going to hold here for 30 seconds. And letting go. From this space, holding your beautiful body, your heart and your womb, just tell yourself words of appreciation, whatever channels through for you. It may be, I love you, body. Thank you for co-creating life together on this journey of this human experience. I am devoting to getting to know you more, to being with you more, to holding with you more as you have held me my entire life, and I thank you. I love you. Taking a deep breath into your heart, in through the nose. And we're going to sound out with an R-A-H on 3, 2, 1. Sound of the heart. regular breathing. And when you're ready, you can wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, stretching your body. And the last thing, when you're ready, will be your eyes. Welcoming you back into this space. If you want to stay in this beautiful connection with your body, you can do that. I'll be ending the call now. If you have any questions, please post up in the group or comment on this live.